it angers me almost how, and I know everyone in this room can speak for it, how easily Ludwig has befriended all of us. Do not look at my bags. I even put so much concealer on. Oh God, it's so bad. Okay, because I slept so late last night, 4 a.m. Okay, because we stayed. It was Lud's funeral. I felt pressured to stay. It's nobody's fault, but basically, like, you know how Point Crow was in the chat yesterday, and he's like, see you in 2 hours. I was like, woo. So when I was there, I noticed he wasn't there. So I was like, hey, you coming? And he's like, oh, I'm working on the invitational for the... I was like, what? I said, hey, this goes till 2 a.m. Woo. And he's like, you know what? Yeah, I'll come, right? So it's perfect. And then, but people started leaving. You know, it was like slowing down around, I want to say like, like maybe 12. But then I was like, oh my God, I cannot tell somebody to come here when the party's slowing down. So I went around and I was like, guys, everyone, we are staying at least until 2. And then, you know, kind of baited myself to stay until 2. Well, we stayed till like 1:30. Somehow I was screaming. I know I was screaming better than revenge at one point with Cutie. And I do not want to see that footage anywhere on the internet. I do not want to see that. I just know there is nothing I do better than revenge. Da, 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 da. Yeah, so we were singing that on the stage. And then I know, well, it's because I wasn't going to be on doing karaoke, okay? But I was eating cookies in the back of this room. And I hear Start of Something New from High School Musical playing on stage. And I, like, take my cookie and I just run on the stage, you know, and I start singing Start of Something New with the, I forgot. I know what Wajito was up there. One guy I never met. And I forgot the other guy. I don't remember. But it was 4 of us. And I was screaming out, and I was like munching my cookie, and then my chocolate part of the cookie fell. It was like one of those sugar cookies with the chocolate drop. It fell onto the ground. I was like, no. Okay, and then I remember I have a very embarrassing memory of like walking to inside, and like we passed like I know I saw like Adapt and Stable Ronaldo, right? I don't really know Ron very well, okay. But his noodle was hanging out of his bowl. He was eating ramen, and his noodle was hanging out of his bowl. So I went to put the noodle back in his bowl, and Abe is like, what are you doing? No, he was eating a ramen bowl. He's eating a bowl of ramen, and I was like, oh my God, the noodle's hanging out. So I was like, oh my God, yo. I know it was weird, it was strange, and then I just walked away. Like the noodle falling out of his bowl. Did I meet Vanilla? Yes, I did. And I didn't even know. I didn't recognize her because she had a wig, a glorious wig. I was standing right next to her. And Cutie introduced me. And then I went on a whole like, oh my God, I loved the stuff. Because I saw this hilarious clip of Vanilla saying, how someone in her chat was like, would you date Moist Critical? And she went, yes! Yes, I would date Moist Critical. Like, and she's like, goes off on how much she loves Charlie. And then like people start going to his chat. And then I think he said something like, yeah, Vanilla seems like a cool guy, whatever, or something. It was so, he was like, he did not know. It was so funny. Anyway, so I was totally telling her how funny that was. Miyagi showed it to me. We're cackling. Anyways, yeah, great convos. It was awesome. I got to hang out with Emma a lot last night. And Emily and Emmy. Wow, I just realized there's a lot of wow. Wait, was Emmy there last night? Emaru? Wait. Did I envision Emaru there? Maybe Emaru wasn't there. Was that the phase party? Talked to Emmy at the phase party. Okay, well, Emma. Emma and Emily for sure. Okay, I don't think I saw Emery last night. I think I dreamed that. Okay. I talked to, yeah, you know, lots of people. It was fun. It was telepathically. I think I watched your stream, and so I thought we hung out. Whoops. No, we actually did. We did. It was a phase party thing. No, we hung out. We hung out. And then, yeah, it was funny. There was speeches. Me and Tina actually like, dude, Aiden. Wait, was it Aiden? Aiden gave such. Wait, was it Aiden's speech, or was it Nick's speech? One of the Yard Boys. it was Aiden. Aiden's speech, like everyone gave like these speeches. So I was like, as if Ludwig was dead, right? Like eulogies. And man, it was actually like, one of them was so sad. It was so cute. I don't even know. It was just one of those things. It was like something about when I grow up, like in my life, I hope I can just be as like kind as you are, or like as good of a friend as you have been, or live a life like you have. And something about like Ludwig, how like he said something like, it angers me almost how, and I know everyone in this room can speak for it, how easily Ludwig has befriended all of us. And I looked around, I was like, wow, there are like so many people in this room. And it was actually a really cute moment. I was like, oh my God, like this is actually cute. And so Tina starts like, next to me. And I was like, why are we crying? So it was a fun time. And then we went to go get this tofu soup at the end of the night. And so I slept at 4 a.m, more like 4:30. Okay. And then I forgot that the apartment is doing fire drill alarms. Okay. So I wake up to a speaker and it's like, testing. And I'm like, nah. Testing. Okay. This guy's like, mic check. Like, I'm not kidding. Mic check. Testing. Okay. There will be a fire drill, and this is a drill. I repeat, it is not real, but it is a drill. So please, stay in your units, yada, yada, yada. But this will be a drill. And I'm like, got it, sir. Got it. Okay. And then it's like, shh. And I'm like, okay, make it fall asleep. But then I'm like, dang it. Now the drill is going to start. It's like the anticipation. Okay. 10 minutes past, nothing. So I'm like, I lull back to sleep. And then, right? I'm like, oh, come on, man. And it would like, it's like a worse one because it kind of cuts out. Like it was working, but it would be like stuttering and then it'd like start again. And then, that's going on. And then I realized it's one of those drills where they are going into absolutely every single unit in the building to make sure inside, of course, it works. So this is not like a 5 second, 1 minute. This is a like 30-minute drill with them eventually knocking. And I'm like, oh, hell. I get out of bed, put on my contacts, put on my pants, and they're like, hey, can we come in your unit? And I was like, yeah, man, I think the drill's working. It's good. And like, we got to check all the rooms. I was like, no, for sure. Come on in. They come into my bedroom. It is so messy in my apartment. Like, that can't even show you how bad it's in there. Walk into my bedroom. I'm like, ah. And they're like, all right. And then they leave. And then, no, but the drills stay. The drill keeps going because they have to check all the units anyway. So, and then I think they do it in waves though, because like when it stopped in my unit, I could hear it. Like it felt like across the street. So it was like it wasn't as bad, but it was like a 30-minute thing. So anyway, they got terrible sleep and we kept pushing our lobby back. It was supposed to be at 1. And then I was like, hey guys, how do we feel about 2? And then Tina's like, how do we feel about 3? Harrison's like, I can't do night, so 3 works. So anyways,